Okay, commenced. Nice. So question one. A media company wants to get out of the business of owning and maintaining its own IT infrastructure. As part of this digital transformation, the company, the media company wants to archive about 5 petabytes of data in its on-premises data center to durable long-term storage. As a solutions architect, what is your recommendation to migrate this data in the most cost optimal way? Cost optimal way to migrate 5 petabytes of data. Okay, set up AWS direct connect between the on-premises data center and the AWS. Sorry, somebody from work is messaging me. I have a deliverable for tomorrow, and I already delivered it yesterday.
Bad boy.
You know the vibes now. Sleep
Bro,
boy.
That kind of thing.
doing.
Alright, bro. Don't mind them. I'll get to it later, Sha. So it says set up AWS direct connect between the on-premises data center and AWS cloud. Use the connection to transfer the data to the S3 Glacier. Transfer the on-premises data center data to multiple AWS Snowball Edge storage optimized devices. Copy the AWS Snowball Edge data into S3 Glacier. Transfer the on-premises data into multiple AWS Snowball Edge storage optimized devices. Copy the AWS Snowball Edge into S3 and create a lifecycle policy to transition the data into S3 Glacier. Set up AWS site-to-site VPN connection between the on-premises data center and AWS cloud. Use the connection to transfer the data into S3 Glacier. Site-to-site connection is not good. It's not a good option in my opinion. Right?
Yeah. I think
you're not going to get that speed. You're not going to get like optimal, cost optimal. It's not the most cost optimal way to do it.
That's right.
Yeah, sorry.
It's not even supposed to be. It's not even correct because site to site is when you want to connect, like your another company's on-prem to your cloud system. Not get their own on-prem go away. This one want to completely move from on-prem to the cloud.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, satisfying the requirement of 5 petabytes of data, I think Snowball Edge would be very good for this kind of job. And having that, you cannot transfer data straight to S3 Glacier because they said they need it for long-term storage. So I'm going to say Glacier should be used for that purpose. But because you cannot transfer data straight to Glacier, you have to go to the S3 bucket first. Then I think C is the right answer. You create a lifecycle policy to transition the data to the S3 Glacier after Snowball Edge to copy data.
Yeah, I reckon as well, because of those exact reasons that you mentioned. I think we've done this before.
Yeah, familiar.
Yeah, we've done this before. Enter now. Abba.
Refresh it. The thing is to pause.
Okay. Busy my network. Can't be my network. Hey. Are you still there?
Yeah. Make it full screen, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Obi, Alpha, were you able to reach him?
No. Even my cousin said not picking.
Crazy. Let's hope we come sure. In the meantime, let's continue.
Okay. An e-commerce company has copied 1 petabyte of data from its on-premises data. Wait. Sorry. I just realized something. This one, we have done it before. So why not? Why don't we continue with the other one that we didn't complete that yesterday?
Oh, yes, that makes sense.
Don't mind me.
Because this question is.
I think I also wanted to just like explore to see if this was different from what we did. You know, because like the one that you paid for, actually,
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that it was not the exact same thing. Okay, I think let me share this tab. This is the tab. We did this question yesterday. We stopped at 22. I think it was this one. No, was it this one? No. We've not done this one yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so we stopped at this one. Yeah, 246. We stopped at 246. So 247. Nice. Okay. A company has deployed a database in Amazon RDS for MySQL. Due to increased transactions, the database support team is reporting slow reads against the database instance and recommends adding a read replica. Which combination of actions should a solutions architect take before implementing this change? Choose two. One, enable bin log replication on the RDS primary node. B, choose a failover priority for the source DB instance. Allow long-running transactions to complete on the source DB instance. Long-running transactions. Okay. Create a global table and specify the AWS regions where the table will be available. What does it help with replicas? Enable automatic backups on the source instance by setting the backup retention period to a value other than 0. Enable automatic backups. That option sounds interesting to me. I think it's going to like make things smoother when you have more frequent your more fresh backup. Yeah, like your backups are very fresh as opposed to having stale backups. I think, and that is also in line with best practices.
What are we backing up? The instance?
The database.
So the read replicas are already added.
If we go with so one of the options will have to pair with another of the options, right? So before we implement the read replicas, what steps are we taking? That's what the question is really asking. So I'm saying E makes sense because it's always good to have more frequent data, like for your backup. So if you have automatic backups and then a decent retention period for your backups, I think that in its own is just is a good practice, right, for having fresher backup, to have fresher backups. And then when I now look at D, I don't think D is addressing the issues here. So it makes me just not want to reason it too much. Same thing with B. I don't think B and D really have much to do with this question because failover, like, but all these are changes before implementing the read replica. So I don't think we should be talking about this right now. Bin log replication on the RDS primary node. I don't know what bin log replication means, honestly. So I can't really say here or there. But between ACE, I I think they are good options. But we have to pick two. So I don't know. If anybody wants to step in and
We're busy. Let's hear what you have to say now. This is the guy D.
I was trying to unmute myself because I'm using my phone. I'm not switching to my. I did
okay,
actually shower. I just dey come back from the gym, so I've been no follow this question actually. How
my
far?
boy.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, what is the time there? Is it not like 5 or 6?
I'm in Nigeria. I'm in Lagos.
Oh, okay, okay. Rugged you.
Yeah, I'm in Lagos. But I go because I work American time now, so I will now be doing everything I have to do in the morning before work starts.
The time to be. I feel it.
Yeah.
Okay, so this question is just talking about like things that you need to do in before like adding read replicas to your database to because there's increased transactions, right? And then
Yeah.
there are slow reads on the database. So what are the things that you can do prior to adding read replicas
So
just to
prior
make
to
them
adding
to
read replicas, because I
yeah,
know read replicas that will solve the problem. Okay, they want the
yes.
preliminary steps.
Yeah, like what other things can we do before we now add the read replicas and then just to help with this particular situation? And I'm saying enabling automatic backups is always a good idea and because
Yes,
it's
yes.
always good to have like fresher
Definitely. Yeah.
backups, right?
Yes.
And then
Source instance.
I don't know
Backup
what A
remains
is. If you can
intact.
help with bin log
Yeah.
replication, we don't know what I don't know what that is.
What did you say?
A says enable bin log replication on the RDS primary node. I don't know what exactly that means, so I wanted to know if you have that.
Bin log is so the ones for the binaries. So when you want to like replicate bin log, I think it's the MySQL binary logs in the node. So if I know it has to do with like when they talk about bin log, even for not just RDS for what's it called for servers too, it has to do with like disaster recovery or scaling up your reads or high availability. I think in this case, if they say the steps, the right thing to do as a follow up for the other one where it says automatic backup. But then again, it also sounds redundant because if you say enable bin log replication on the RDS and then you're saying enable automatic backups on the source instance,
So those
it kind
two
of
things
sounds
shouldn't go
redundant.
together. One should
Yeah,
go and okay, that makes sense.
yeah.
So if you have one, you don't need the other. Okay, so what do you think of C? It says allow long-running transactions to complete on the source DB instance.
Before doing your read replicas.
Because I think
that actually might work. Allow the long range function to complete on the source DB instance.
yeah, because like if replication is to start and then you still have like a long running transaction going on.
Exactly. That long running transaction might not be replicated or might not, when it's replicated, contain the full data. So
yeah, I think that makes sense. That being log was just throwing me off, but at least with that explanation, we know that we don't need A and E in the same sentence.
Yeah.
So I
Man,
think C and E, yeah.
Yeah, man, I think that it's fine, but still, this bin log, I think whatever it is, we should pick bin log.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now that I think of it, right, it's like being log replication. I know that that one, even for RDS, you use it for scaling up high, like to move over like queries and stuff. So
Let's check the
being log lives. Eh?
Let's see what they say here. Match it. Oh, it was debated, chap.
yeah.
Let's see the discussion.
I thought it's two options now.
Yeah,
It's
but
two options. Yes,
automatic
C and
backup
E
plan.
is the combination.
Yeah.
Yeah, and ELB.
Yeah.
Nothing
Okay,
like
cool. Let's see. Okay. An active long-running transaction can slow the process of creating read replica. We recommend that you wait for long-running transactions to complete before creating read replica.
that's what you said.
Yeah. Well, at least we're right about the redundancies of the option A and E.
And yeah, yeah. This person speaking another language. Okay, this person said enabling bin log replication is crucial for setting up read replicas, which will directly help in distributing the read load and improving read performance.
Oh, this one says A and E. Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. What's it? A and C? Essential for continuous replication. But like this bin log seems to be like very critical. Is it something that you configure manually, like every single time you're doing replication? Because if so,
What did you say?
no, because like from what I've been reading here, there seems to be a critical
You're asking
nature.
whether it's automatic. It's just they do it. You do SQL queries, over the RDS instance. So it's how they do it is it's not well, it can be automated, like if you do like cron jobs and all that stuff, but it's just basically queries, SQL queries to do it. So
Okay, noted. Well, we learn every day in tech, man. Okay, a company. Yeah, actually, do you mind?
Yeah, a company runs analytics software on EC2 instances. The software accepts job requests from users to process data that has been uploaded to S3 buckets. Users report that some submitted data is not being processed. Amazon CloudWatch reveals that the EC2 instances have inconsistent CPU utilization or at near 100%. The company wants to improve the system performance and scale the system based on user load. What should the solution architect do to meet these requirements? A. Copy a copy of the instance, place all the instances behind an application load balancer. B. Create an S3 VPC endpoint for Amazon S3. Update the software to reference the endpoints. No. C. Stop the EC2 instances, modify the instance type to one with a more powerful CPU and more memory. Restart the instances. D. Route the incoming request to Amazon SQS, then configure an EC2 auto-scaling group. Based on the queue size, update the software to read from the queue.
I like D because D is giving it some level of resilience. So like because there's a queue, that all those all the traffic that is coming in can just like line up essentially. So I think if you're at the main cocoa of this question, there is high CPU utilization, and generally, yeah, what did you say? It? Consistent CPU is near or is at or near 100, and this is not good.
Right.
Like, yeah, and I think just ensuring that if you want to reduce the load, I think you just have to like reduce how many things are actually getting to like the workload that is actually getting to the server.
Right. So if you look at option A, create a copy of the instance and place all the instances behind an application load balancer. That won't work because what if the load balancer, receives a lot of traffic and distributes, the CPU utilization capacity is still what it is. So I
Yeah,
don't think that's a good.
yeah, yeah. If anything, scaling should be there. But yeah, sorry, go
Yeah,
on.
it has to be scaled. So if anything, scaling has to be there. And the only option with scaling is D. So
Yes.
B is completely out of it too. And C, stop the EC2 instances and modify, that one you're saying we're going to scale up the, CPU capacity and memory. What if that one gets overwhelmed again? So that won't really solve the problem for future,
Yes.
So yes, D seems to be the optimal solution to this problem.
Honestly, I think it's the best. The others, B is definitely a red herring. Like it doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense. But let's see, shall it has to be D. Almost no argument on this one. Pretty conclusive. Okay. The company is implementing a shared storage solution for a media application that is hosted in the AWS cloud. The company needs the ability to use SMB server message block clients to access data. The solution must be fully managed. Which solution meets these requirements? Fully managed SMB. A, create AWS storage gateway, volume gateway. We spoke about this yesterday. Storage gateway, volume gateway, storage gateway, file gateway. So yeah, it's interesting to see it here again. Create an AWS storage gateway, volume gateway. Create a file share that uses the required client protocol. Connect the application server to the file share. B, create a storage gateway, tape gateway. Configure tapes to use Amazon S3. Connect the application server to the tape gateway. Okay. SMB client to access the data. C, create an AWS EC2. No, the answer is D. SMB. Like, do you get? Like, I kept reading it. I was like,
Yeah, SMB is usually for Windows servers now.
Exactly. And then I saw what do you call it?
File share,
FSX.
Amazon file share, right?
Yeah, this FSX for Windows file server system files. File server file system. Bro, but this is even a come on. What is this? And then Amazon EC2 Windows instance. But like what do you call it? C is not fully managed because if you're using the EC2, you are going to do the configuration, you're going to do the management of the EC2. So it's not fully managed, right? But for D, it's a managed service. So it's a fully managed service. So I
Yeah,
think
I think it's D too because me, I don't really even know. I just hear SMB. You understand? I'm
mm,
not really much. Well, I
What's
know
SMB?
SMB is server message block. Is usually associated with Windows servers and Amazon FSX.
yes.
So I know that if I see those two, unless they won't deceive me, you understand?
So what's going to be the Linux version of this SMB?
What do you mean? Sorry.
Since SMB is for Windows servers, what about for Linux?
Uh,
I've never
Is
thought of that before. Funny
FSX?
enough.
What
Is it Luster?
yeah, would it be create an Amazon FSX for Lustre file server system? That's what I'm trying to see.
Mm, I think I get what you're saying. So
because
if it
it's
was
fast
Linux
like
clients,
Mm-hmm. It was a Linux client, then
yeah.
FSX for Lustre, right?
There's this other one. God, it's like a salsa dance. No, but like Brazilian. Like the name. Don't worry. I'm getting somewhere. The name, the name is like a dance.
the
Simba,
name of the
samba,
service.
samba.
Oh,
Yeah, samba. So, my brain was going different places.
so Samba is what the equivalent of SMB in Linux.
Yes, essentially. So it's like a Linux version of SMB, of server message block.
Okay.
So and Samba is like is also, I mean, it's Linux, so it's open sourced. So I think if you want to interface between SMB clients and Linux, you would have to have Samba somewhere in between. I don't know. Typically, I don't know how exactly it goes, but that word has always stuck with me. Um,
So what of course I
Linux
know
and Samba.
NFS too is for like files. Linux filing system is kind of different from Windows. I know there's NFS. You understand where you have like
Yes.
you where it's sharing the file and storage over the network.
Mhm. Yeah, there are quite some nuances there, but I think for this particular question, I think these are good bets. Let's see. Oh, let's actually see if we can finish with these exam topics questions. We have done 250 by the end of the next 2 minutes. We'll have done 250. So let's see. And this question is very short. A company's security team requests that network traffic be captured in VPC flow logs. The logs will be frequently accessed for 90 days and then accessed intermittently. What should a solutions architect do to meet these requirements when configuring the logs? Okay. Use Amazon CloudWatch as the target. Then set the CloudWatch group, log group with an expiration of 90 days. Bro, this answer doesn't make no sense. Let's jump to D because I looked at B. B says Kinesis as the target. C says CloudTrail for the flow logs. Let's read C. CloudTrail, configure CloudTrail to save to an S3 bucket and enable S3 intelligent tiering. That makes more sense than B and A, because why are you terminating it after 90 days if it says it will be accessed intermittently? So A and B, in my opinion, don't make sense. But C, enabling intelligent tiering, okay, there's a conversation to be had there. D, use Amazon S3 as the target, enable S3 lifecycle policy to transition the logs to S3 standard infrequent access, S3IA, after 90 days. I mean, I think D takes the win because it addresses the requirements of 90 days as stated in the question, whereas C doesn't say anything about configuring this intelligent tiering to move things around after 90 days.
Yeah, and then AWS Cloud Trail doesn't seem to fit what they want to do in
For
terms
flow
of,
logs, right?
log aggregation. AWS Cloud Trail is for user access and what the user does. It's on the user level. But they want, if they want logs, right, flow logs, they want more than that. You understand? So I mean,
so
it seems like
if it was CloudWatch that was here, would that make more sense as opposed to
yes,
Cloud Trail?
if it was CloudWatch, that would make more sense. It made sense until they said expiration of 90 days, and they want it to persist for more than 90 days.
Yeah, precisely. So are we on D?
I don't hate option D.
Actually, what are you saying?
Enabling the S3 as target and enabling an S3 lifecycle policy to transition the logs to S3 infrequent access after 90 days is the most prominent answer here, to be honest, because all other options don't capture the log analysis that we're looking at. Not Kinesis, not Trail, not CloudWatch.
In that sense. All right, so let's see. Yeah, barely much debate on this. All right. I think these questions are relatively easier than the other ones in oh, this is the end. This is the end. So yeah, that 250 questions, that's all we get for free from exam topics. And we've done all of them. So let's in the few minutes, let's go back to this real quick. And then let's see if we can answer a few here. I want to get to the top of the hour before calling it a day. Can you see my screen? Archie?
Yep.
You there?
Yep.
Okay. All right, soft. So since we can't get we can't get more questions on exam topics, we'll just switch over to Udemy. We've previously answered some of these questions, if not all, but till we get more questions, we'll just make sure that we're 100% on this. An e-commerce company has copied 1 petabyte of data from its on-premises data center to an S3 bucket in US East West 1 region using an AWS Direct Connect link. The company now wants
Sorry
to
to
set up.
interrupt you. My brother just called, so it's like he's trying to get in there.
Okay, sharp. Okay, that would be great. Because we're literally out of questions. Okay, let me just finish reading this one. Then we can see
let's answer this question though.
Using AWS Direct Link, the company now wants to set up a one-time copy of the data to another S3 bucket in US East 1 region. The on-premise data center does not allow the use of AWS Snowball. That makes it a bit tough. As a solutions architect, which of the following options can be used to accomplish this goal? So US West 1 did the upload using AWS Direct Connect. And then you want to do a one-time copy of the data cross-region from what I'm seeing. US West 1 to US East 1, region to region. But since they're in the same country.
My question is, AWS service, AWS S3 service is a global service. So
Yeah.
now saying, so we say unless they want it in different AWS accounts. Because if they say the company now wants to set up a one-time copy of that same data to another, what's it called? Another Amazon another bucket.
Yes.
Another
In
bucket.
different
When they say
regions.
yes, it's one region. It's funny because you agree that S3 is global, right? It's a global service.
Yes. It's a global service.
Yeah.
It's
But
across
anyways,
the whole infrastructure.
let's go through the options.
Options. All right. So A says set up Amazon S3 batch replication to copy objects across Amazon S3 buckets in another region using S3 console, and then delete the replication configuration. C, copy data from the source Amazon S3 bucket to a target Amazon S3 bucket using the S3 console. Use
I think
AWS. Yeah.
no, you've not finished. I just realized you've not finished the options. But
Yeah.
I mean, that second
You-
one can't cut all of us attention. So
yeah,
Yeah.
it's to me the second one and the last one, because this question it looks like it's those kind of questions where
it's tricky.
they
Almost
want
all
to
the options are
confuse.
similar.
They
Yeah.
want to use a lot of English to confuse.
So let's do by elimination method. We're not using
Yeah.
transfer acceleration for anything in this in S3
Yeah.
bucket.
We're not doing
So
that. We're not
no
using
snowball edge
batch.
because
We're
we
not
don't
using
use
batch
that.
replication. Nothing.
So just look at it that way. Eliminating those three options gives you only two
Actually,
viable options. That's
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
exactly. So let's check it.
at the end of the day.
Hey,
That's crazy.
bro,
Is that batch
replication,
replication to
like,
copy objects across?
batch replication.
To
Nah,
copy
man.
object across the buckets in another region.
Let's read the explanation. Okay, so what does it say? Copy the data from the source
I think
using
that's the last one. Now we get down. The second
yeah.
one.
My device now busy to talk batch replication with them.
No, serious.
Yeah, what do you talk?
Yeah, I put the blame on you for this one.
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
serious. S3 batch replication provides you a way to replicate objects that existed before a replication configuration was in place, objects that have previously been replicated, and objects that have failed replication. Oh, this is
Why
done to
why I would have
replication
still said this better? I didn't see this delete the configuration, the replication configuration, because I thought it would keep replicating.
Mm.
Well, anyway,
Well, it makes sense, sha. If you want to enable live replication for existing objects for your bucket, you must contact AWS support. Blah 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 blah. Blah. Okay. Objects may be replicated. Sorry, objects may be replicated to a single destination bucket or multiple destination buckets. Okay. And I guess the batch of replication just ensures that like you are doing everything completely and no failed what do you call it? No failed operation now makes it a case where your buckets are dissimilar. Okay.
Yeah, so I guess another thing too that I thought of but I did not mention was if you scroll up in the options, right? In the options, it makes sense for the last one. It makes sense to use an S3 sync to do a transfer, but you cannot do that transfer on the console. So now that I'm thinking of it, it makes sense. You cannot copy targets, objects in a bucket from one to another on the
From
console.
the console.
You understand? So you can only do that through the command line with S3 sync.
Okay.
Jay is back on the call.
Okay, sharp. Let's
Very
stop
good.
to the screen.
Yeah, sorry. I overslept.
Good morning.
Morning. Victor, how's it going?
Good. Thank God.
Who's everybody on the call?
Yeah, this is Faith Edison. It's one of my colleagues, and his brother David. They're actually twins. Their Steve is on the call as well. We just
Nice.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going now?
We all went to see you as well.
yeah. We're all
Okay, but you guys are in the same school, Victorism.
No. I'm the only one here. David is in Nigeria. Faith is in Nigeria. David is in Canada, and Obia is in Lagos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nigerian camera, I can recognize it.
Yeah.
It's just like as if they put water in the air. I don't know. I think it's the humidity.
Shit.
David, why are you still wearing COVID mask and post-COVID era?
I did work.
Which kind of work? Factory?
No, this one will be factory. This one like hospital. I go dey inject this things. Naloxone. That's what they call it. For anybody that
This one
overdoses.
hustle. By the time we did in construction, we go first start.
Me when you drive Uber and do that, you go.
Okay, you're paying your dues. You're paying your dues once more. Okay, that's good. Okay. Nice to meet you guys. Oh, sorry, I just woke up.
Like say just go gym.
Huh?
You don't go gym finish.
Above guys.
Yeah, just good.
You will see Steven. Above guys there.
Steve Ozab is trying to do this. He's trying to, get on his gym best behavior. Okay, let's start because I'm gonna leave maybe like 35 minutes.
Okay.
I gotta go to work. Yeah.
What do we need to get started?
Do we say we'll start with our resume first, or?
No, I remember you said we were going to do something on Snowflake. Yeah.
Yeah. I said I was gonna try to point it to maybe like a project.
Yeah.
I have that Snowflake event. I think it's today. So the Snowflake event, they said they were gonna give us some kind of user access. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to attend. So Snowflake is a enterprise tool for data warehouse. Normally, like AWS, you should be able to get something like an instance for personal use, but because it's enterprise and it's data warehouse, I don't know whether it's something that can be done without maybe like calling them. So I wanted to find out. I'm checking something. Man.
Okay.
So you can use Snowflake for free through a 30-day trial.
Okay.
Do you have to put up credit card or something, do you think?
So, I think you'll be able to put. You have to put it, but before the trial ends, or even if I think as soon as you sign up, you may be able to take it.
Okay.
Mm.
All
So
right.
this is the accounts. But the reason why I told you that Snowflake is just because it's like the industry leader for that. And it's a resume booster. And people look out for it. So basically, it's just a data warehouse that has APIs for other things to connect to dump their data and then to retrieve their data. It's for unstructured data, which means kind of like, let me see if I can give it. You know, tolls now, for instance, tollway.
Yeah.
So like when your car is passing tollway,
Oh, okay.
you know that it's going straight to a database.
Oh, okay.
How they're able to mail letters to you after you, well, maybe you paid your pass toll and your bill is ready, that they link your uh, plate number to your address, to your car type, to your social security, but they have to take it from unstructured data, which is you just like they'll take a picture of it. So like stream, there's like 1,000 cars passing that tollway at this different times. So it's coming like a stream of unstructured data. So they don't have to take it and pass. So sometimes they take it, dump it there, and then you plug SQL server there that will not take that data. And maybe somebody wants to analyze the data, they can do table out of it. Or let's say like a chat history, text analysis, all those type of data, they're unstructured. But if you have to keep them anyway, they use Snowflake data to keep them. So I sent you the link there. Maybe if you can put it.
Yeah. Do you think we should sign up today, or maybe
Signing up right now.
Maybe later. Just see and play
Okay.
with it. We can for now. We can do for today. We can start with using like EMR cluster or guard duty. Let me see a particular project. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Let me just drum up a project that you can do without having to spin up. Do you have any? Actually, do you have a pipeline?
totally?
But Steven, you have a pipeline, have you?
Yeah, which one?
Jenkins.
I have a couple. Depending on what we want to deploy to, what services we're using and all, but just to build and deploy, right?
So maybe the first
Let me look for it.
thing will be to try to build a pipeline so that we can be using to deploy stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that would be the first thing. If we build a pipeline, see what we'll do. We'll build like a GitHub repository, right?
Okay.
And then build a pipeline, a Jenkins pipeline. And then we'll all have AWS, right?
Yes.
And we'll use that pipeline to deploy code into the AWS. And before we deploy that code, we'll build a EC2 or whatever this thing, but we can also use code to build our EC2.
Okay.
Right? So that code that we use to build the EC2 is going to be in the GitHub repository too. So I guess because today is almost gone, we'll just do a few things. First and foremost, let's do GitHub. You all have a GitHub account.
Yeah, I do.
Set up my GitHub.
Either with that or we'll do GitLab. I don't even know which one is better. It's such a long time since I set all of these things up. Steven, do you guys use GitHub now?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, if we do GitHub, we would have to use GitHub Actions for the for the CI/CD.
Okay, why not? Let's do that then instead of setting up Jenkins.
Yes, that's much better. We can set up GitHub Actions and then deploy to AWS.
Okay, we'll set up Git. So let's just gather steps today.
Okay.
So number one, set up GitHub repo and GitLab actions. Okay. Number two, set up AWS and Azure. We're gonna do Azure. Actually, no, let's do AWS first, and after that we'll do Azure.
Okay.
Number three is we're going to. Have you guys set up a 3-tier application before?
We're going to do 3-tier, but we're spinning off many instances, so we ended up just doing 2-tier. We did the web and the data. No, well, not database. Web and then the compute side. So
Yeah.
Was that your first time?
Yeah, that was our first time.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So that means you have not done it. You're just in the process.
Yeah, we just did like a lab.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that we can run into issues, resolve issues, and see what it's like.
Yeah, but we can still do a 3-tier. Let's just gain, because that time we ran.
If you have done it, I was thinking maybe we can do like a containerized application. Next. Okay, let's start with 3-tier. Set up a 3-tier account. I want something that ties into some of the newer tools that they're doing. Let me think. Let's see if we can, because some of these things I have to refresh my memory to set up 3-tier application. And this is going to be, we do EC2s. Okay, let's do EC2 plus EBS volume. It's going to be hard, but volume plus, not EBS volume, EBS, what's the other one? Elastic storage.
PFS?
File storage.
File system, yeah, that one too.
Are we going to use multiple EC2 instances for this?
We'll put it in the auto scaling group. Let's first do the one that is standalone first, so that we can do the EF. Actually, we can do auto scaling because EFS will help with it. We can persist the storage plus S3. Then trying to see how I can complicate it so that you can break it down to two. Now your resume, you can break that to 2 different bullets. Then should I do Snowflake? Let's set up that one. Okay, let's just do Snowflake. So that's S3 will be front end, which will be the first tier. EC2 will be the second tier. And then we'll use Aurora because that's being utilized a lot. DB. As part of that whole system, we will try, because I think I have some domain. This one, it's been a long time since I did it, so I'll be learning to it together. But plus DNS routing.
BMS router.
DNS routing.
DNS.
So that at the end of the day, we will not only create that this thing, but maybe like basically create a small website that is actually routable. So I would just provide maybe like a domain www.cloudflare.com, something like that. Can put it there, DNS routing. Plus, I'm thinking if we should complicate this thing and put some AI stuff too.
This is still within the 3-tier application.
This is a robust 3-tier application. This is generally what, if you go to work, right?
Yeah.
This is what a 3-tier application consists of. DNS routing is how you, after you build it, now how do you point users to it, basically. And we use AWS native for that, Route 53. And the next one is optionally, but we look at it too. Because some of these things I'll be learning with you guys too, because I've forgotten some of it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Plus, set up authentication. So another one that they do very well is authentication. That one we'll have to figure out. Yeah. So like tokens and all. Then we need an API layer. So it's a 4-tier application basically.
Okay. We're eating good. We're eating good.
So
Lambda. We get an engineer now. DevOps Steven Obia. Help us. Our hand is strong.
What about firewall are we going to implement?
The firewall will be security group, but there's another one now that I see that people are starting to use. If you put it, because at the end of the day, when you do this project, you will now go to your tools section of your resume and just be putting all these tools there. So for firewall, security group is a firewall, knuckles of firewalls. But there's another one called AWS firewall. Actually, there's no need to do that because that one is more like it's a larger scale. I don't know if we'll be able to set that up. We can set it up. I don't know if we'll be able to, if we need to use it.
Okay.
So we'll see whether we'll complicate it later. Let's see. There's still, what else can we put here?
We can, we can make it spicy with like the monitoring and maybe automation of all of this.
Okay, so we'll do this one then. Let's say number 4, set up monitoring. Now, monitoring is set up already, but now we can do something. We can say, there's CloudWatch, CloudTrail, and then there's VPC flow logs. Let's just say flow logs. Inside this one, you say that you set up monitoring for these 3 logs. That's another resume entry. Also, user access logs. User access logs. So monitoring network. Which one again? Mhm. Then
Yeah,
I
well,
think that eh?
yeah, I was saying like the CI/CD of automating all of this, like the whole flow.
That's
If
with
that has not
GitHub
been
Actions, I think.
yeah, GitHub actions, because that's definitely something that can translate to a resume entry, right? How knowing the whole process.
I've not used GitHub Actions with AWS before. They have APIs, I think.
Yeah, they have APIs. They have APIs. We just put the secret keys and access keys, and they can deploy.
So that would be the next one. So secret key, access key, tokens, and all those things. So use GitHub Actions and Terraform.
So yeah,
Terraform scripts /Python, which would be like a small application. It's like maybe to automate deployments. And the last one would be to use either vaults or SSM to manage keys, tokens, and all this.
and then IAM. I don't know if you put that in, but like IAM, user authentication.
Yeah, that one is assumed, but let me just put it. Let's set up authentication. IAM / there's something I remembered now. I can't ever remember again. That would it will cover in that authentication flow.
Okay.
What else? Let's say optional. This one is very popular now. Connecting SaaS to the environment, which is in this case would be Snowflake. Snowflake is hosted on AWS on the side. So usually you connect Snowflake to, so if you say you did that, to just be able to describe it. So you can copy that thing on the chat and paste it. That will go forward. This will be our project, basically.
Like roadmap. All right. I'm going to. Is it okay if I document, as we go along, because that's also necessary in the industry.
Yeah. Very key.
If we encounter issues, we document the issues we encounter and how we overcame the issues.
Yeah.
So as part of the authentication architecture and infrastructure that we're building, do you think it would be necessary to add like a variation for single sign-on? Something that if somebody is actually not like a guest, so it can come in as a guest and then have credentials to browse around as a guest and then step out. Because I think
we can do that one too. All right. But that's some of the things that I put in that setup authentication. So we can just put that as, because that's setting up SSO is also premium too.
Oh, sharp. Okay. Copy this out.
Then setting up privileged access too. That is for admins. These are all things that we'll consider optional, but let me do. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I'm trying to think of just what I'm trying to identify here is end-to-end optional. I mean, end-to-end tasks that is typically, that people do at work. When you talk to somebody about these things, they'll just be like, okay, yeah, you know what you're doing, basically.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, that was a good one. SSO. I'm thinking about the flow. You authenticate, you go set up access to the tiers, you log, you monitor, you alerts, maybe set up dashboards.
Does CloudWatch come default with like its own dashboard for the system that is monitoring?
It does, but nobody uses it because it's not user friendly. It's just and it's not robust.
Okay.
So that's why sometimes they push it to
How
Splunk.
does quick sites work?
Huh?
Quick sites.
QuickSight.
Yeah.
AWS QuickSight.
Yeah.
I've not even used that because it's fairly new. I actually reviewed it yesterday at work, but it's for security. I've not. So QuickSight now. I think this is for my own company. They just started using it.
So in the company, right? Apparently they're trying to use it for like getting some a lot more from their users that come, for instance, into their front end website. You understand? They're trying to get a lot more user insights. You understand? Quick sites. It's like a lot of user behavior. You understand? And then do many things with all that data. That's how apparently they use it in my own place.
So it's analytics.
Yeah, analytics.
Yeah, if we do QuickSight now, a lot of recruiters may not have caught up to us yet, but we can add that later. But we'll figure out which tool we'll use for the dashboarding. I think we're good. I think we're good.
Yeah.
I think we'll touch on some other things. But if there's any other thing, we'll try to complicate it. But with this one story, you have an end-to-end flow for at least 60% of the project. So anything else usually plugs into this flow.
Okay.
Because the whole IT stuff is just supporting applications and helping to deploy, maintain. But as a result, you have to understand applications. You have to understand the infrastructure that the application lives on, and then you have to understand all the pieces that tie everything together. Well, if you want to stand out and you want to focus on jobs that are for the future, then we'll have to add an AI component here. But to put an AI component here, you have to understand, you have to have data, which is where the problem is.
Can we generate data?
I don't know places where you can get data sets for free.
Yeah. But that brings another layer. So we'll just get that. So maybe that would be like the second project.
Okay.
Let's say project 2. Project 2, we'll look for one AI project and let's see. Set up dashboards for this one. And then project 2 will do for an AI project. That one to make sure I'll be learning it myself. Some of these things too, I'm also going to be refreshing my memory because except maybe some of the security ones because that's what I'm doing. So we'll do an AI project. There's a lot of AI jobs. Even right now, we're looking for 2 AI people. And it's been crazy. I have an interview to conduct, I think, next week for AI. They even me say my AI knowledge is like this, and I'm doing interviews. That's to tell you how desperate. So, for instance, if you master AI now, you might be the one lecturing the interviewer yourself.
But what aspect of AI are we really looking at?
Yeah, so AI platform. So like setting up an AI platform on AWS. Platform meaning that where would the chat application sit, the back end that supports the AI, not the models. Where will you store the models? How will you configure your AWS to securely take models? So there's one AWS AI called I think they won't call themselves. Let me see. Q, Amazon Q.
SQS or just Amazon Q?
Just Q.
Q. Oh, okay.
That one now. Let me see. So we need to do that AI stuff because if you want to even build application now, AI application, or partner with somebody who wants to build AI application, one of the first things that they need to be able to set up is the infrastructure that supports the AI, which is really expensive, by the way. That's why not so many people have been able to do it. I mean, they're not doing it, spinning up like EC2 instance. But it gets cheaper and cheaper every day.
Yeah.
Our own is just to deploy and do and bring it down anyway. So I feel like we can do an AI project that ties other traditional things. The key idea is you build something that you can tell somebody that you built and all those things. So yeah, I think setting up. How often do you guys meet? Is it every day?
Yeah, every day, Monday to Friday.
Okay, no problem. 7 o'clock, I mean.
Yeah, 7 a.m.
Yeah, I should be able to join you guys for 1 hour. If you do 6:30 gradually, it might be better.
Oh, yeah, okay. We'll see if we can adjust that. I'm definitely up for that.
We are ready.
Yeah, we're ready.
Much better for the folks here too. So
Thank you. Does anybody have a complete list of these things? I think I started from number 4. So.
Yeah, it's on the chat. It's on the
It's on the
chat.
chat.
They're all on the chat there.
Okay. Okay. Mine starts from.
Where are you?
Sorry?
Where are you?
I'm in the UK.
Okay.
Mine starts from number 4 for some strange reasons. So that's why.
All right, I'll copy and paste it again.
Okay, thank you very much.
GG's, that sound different.
Oh, I was trying to figure out the weather from the look of the Zoom camera, but I couldn't figure it out. That's why I asked.
Yeah, you be FBI.
But you see that faith owner, you could just tell, say, nah, Uju
With the split unit of aircon.
With that, the first thing that will first give you away is that split unit.
You need to take my style, just blow everywhere. So that's
Oh.
Update.
The second thing, that cotton,
to blow my style. So we now, I feel the Asia or something,
I don't think so. You're not in Asia.
The second question is, why is the cotton moving in the first place? That's the
breeze.
Q number 3.
My fan just did they blew the cotton.
That's the problem now. That's the fun.
Thank you.
Huh?
So thank you. I'll send the copy and paste the new edition.
Okay, yeah, it copies the time thing so you can remove it. But yeah, we'll try to start maybe tomorrow. on Thursday, and we'll just start. Just try to. I will try to be doing the same things too. So I need to set up. I don't have a GitHub and my AWS. They probably I've used my 7th email now. They'll ban me. I have to learn use another email to open it. But yeah, let's try to get this done. I see.
Right.
I think that's all I got today.
No problem.
Mm.
JJ, thank you for your time, man.
No problem at all. No problem. It's good for me to I'll try to refresh my memory on some of these things.
We're looking forward to executing this project.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, let me go and sign up to work, and then I'll catch you guys maybe tomorrow.
All right.
All right.
Have a good one.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, no problem. Nice to meet you, bye.
Right. Yinka, good to see you. It's been a minute.
You know, I checked. I joined on YouTube, and I was like, who is this person? I need to
Yeah, that's our boss.
I came back. That's what I came back to join the Google Meet to see what was happening.
Yeah, this is brother on the call, Steve. His younger brother too. He's also in the industry right now, working as
Okay.
yeah.
Nice to meet you,
Yeah. So,
Mr. Steve.
Likewise.
Steve, they're DevOps, yeah?
Yes, DevOps.
Oh, really? Well, I was looking into that. I was like, no, I think I went to the US last year, and someone was like really like preaching this DevOps thing.
So you just went like to visit?
Yeah, I went to visit. My brother is in Washington.
Okay.
So I only went to visit, and I'm like, this DevOps. Because for me, I really think that when you have this DevOps skills, I think then it encompasses, what is the thing? Sorry, I've forgotten the name just now.
Cloud?
solutions architect.
Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Then he encompasses it like that for me.
Yeah.
Yes. So because most of the job descriptions in the UK, it looks as if they want buy one get one free. They want you to have this DevOps thing. They want you to have solution architect thing. They will do CI/CD, almost all the CI/CD, and how they will craft it. They will do it like half solution architect, half DevOps.
Yeah. It's even in the US, like when you look at like jobs and then the job descriptions, there's a lot of intersections. There's a lot of like areas where the job role it says, for instance, it could say DevOps engineer, and then you look at this thing and like multi-cloud environment experiences required. Then you now look at job descriptions for cloud engineers or cloud solutions architects, right? And then you see, okay, automation, CI/CD. In fact, they will go as much as telling you to monitor. Monitor is usually for things, maybe you've heard of it, for things like site reliability engineer.
Yeah, I've had that before as well. That one is another.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
different tools are used by different.
No, it's so. This is the storyline, right? As a solutions architect, like we're studying our, this thing, you're required to create architect solutions in the cloud. Now, those solutions that you're architecting can involve you writing. You guys know what CI/CD is now. So basically, you build your application, you test it, everything, and then you deploy it. So it's continuous integration and continuously deploying it. So if you're architecting, for instance, this solution that we are trying to architect now, like my brother has mentioned out, that is solutions architect. You're trying to build out a solution in the cloud.
Okay.
Now he now asks, remember he asked, do we have GitHub? Do we have Jenkins? This one's now as CI/CD. So for you to do it, you have to do your CI/CD to make your work faster. So if you're learning like this kind of stuff now, is you're getting skills for it that would touch cloud solutions architect, that would touch DevOps, and that monitoring that I mentioned now, that's like the difference between SRE. SRE is like site reliability engineer. So you have done DevOps, you have done the automation to do the CI/CD, you now have to monitor it so that your site is reliable every time.
I'm just really impressed that they can allocate an entire row just for monitoring the site.
Oh yeah, there is.
Oh, they can because it is actually a very robust this thing on its own, because monitoring is fine. Me, I will just come build out my CI/CD pipeline automation so that as a developer, you're gonna build out, write your code, make one click to check your code into the code base, and immediately you check it, it's going to as a developer, I've put my code in, it's working. That's I have no other.
Nothing again, right?
You understand them? You know that your DevOps.
The SR, they do analytics too, right? They analyze the flow logs.
Oh yeah, definitely. You analyze logs. So that thing about CloudWatch, you understand? Where they say, but CloudWatch, the UI is not so pretty. I mean, AWS will just tell you, okay, this CloudWatch is going to get all your logs of all your services in the cloud. You now, SRE, you have to now maybe take that log, aggregate it to somewhere else. Like maybe I've heard of Splunk. You guys have heard of Splunk?
Yes.
Splunk is like a log aggregation tool where you're taking out all the logs from, it's like, what did you share? Log forwarding. Take it from AWS to Splunk. Then as SRE, you will now write another, for instance, stuff, automation for you to say, okay, if I'm getting 500 errors, alert me. Let me monitor the system. If this system is churning out 500 errors or 400 errors in like 5 minutes, every 5 minutes, tell everybody, scream and say, yo, this thing is not active, it's not active. That is the SRE part of things. You understand? So you can see how it can scale up, like just you monitoring that stack. It is a lot. In fact, people do on-call, so like on-call shifts, like you have to be on call with your phone and everything. So it's especially when your system, your company is large, it's fairly large, and your stack, you guys are doing many things in the cloud. Like when you go to Kubernetes containerized applications, maybe you guys have heard of it before, Docker, K8, and all that stuff, and you're monitoring all that stack. It is crazy.
Well, the cloud actually the starting point, bro. Let's get it.
Yeah. By the time we do this project, it's going to really demystify a lot of things. So when you're announcing,
what timeline do you think you can use to achieve this completion?
As a manager thinking.
I
will do CTO one day.
It's as fast as we can make progress. You can finish this whole thing. You can finish it in one day if you have experience. You can also finish it in days if you're running into issues when you're configuring your EC2 instance. You know that thing that last time that we did. How many minutes we spent on? We just needed to change the URL to put the ports. So you understand. So, but we can finish it in one call. You can jump on the call with my brother, and then we'll do like in one day. We can create the EC2, but then it's rushed. So it will be good for you guys to calm down.
Facts.
Yeah. So that's the vibe.
It'll be easy, my guy.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
Looking forward to it.
So are you going to change the timelines to 6:30 on their own time?
Yeah.
6:30. That's good. I think it's the best for everybody, sure.
Yeah, I work with that.
6:30 will what time then? In my head,
what time is it for you?
I think
it will be fine though. Anyway,
Lagos and UK.
Okay.
It will be 6:30. Will be like 1:30 p.m. your time, because that's my own time too. So
no, this is 1:30 p.m. right now in UK.
It's 6. Yeah, it's 1:35 now. So 6:30 your time will be like 11:30. 11:30 my time. Yeah.
Wait, 11:30.
Wait, Obia is in Lagos.
Yeah. I'm in Lagos.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, what time is it for you?
Sorry, I thought I'm mixing it up. Okay. Maybe 6:30. Oh, 6:30. What? Sorry, come again.
6:30. Sorry, who suggested 6:30?
I'm mixing it up. 6:30. What time?
Obia's brother suggested 6:30.
6:30 his time.
His time.
No, our time.
6:30 his time. It's in the same time zone with
USA.
Yeah, so that's 6:30 a.m. American time.
Yeah, that's 12:30 your time. Faith. Then Obia
Same.
1:30 p.m.
Then that's 11:30.
Yeah, that's fine. I
Oh,
was
yeah,
thinking
it's 12:30, not 1:30.
Wait a minute. Oh,
I mean,
It's
Abuja.
12:30, yeah, 6 hours
12:30, yeah.
difference. Yeah, 12:30 for you.
Okay, that makes
11:30
sense.
for Dada.
yeah, Nigeria is 1 hour ahead.
David, I don't know.
Me, it should just be 6:30 in the morning actually, because me and him are in the same time zone.
Yeah, so three of us are in the same time zone now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's okay for me anyway. If it's 11, 6:30. You guys will not sleep.
Yeah, Lagos is hot too.
Yeah,
God,
you know what's funny? The fan is just beside me, like literally just. The fan is just beside me.
I'm gonna stop recording this.
It's literally beside me. You guys, this fan, this heat for kiss more bikini, no jokes.
bro, it's too bad. Like now they've taken lights. Some people are fun. Okay.
I saw
Yo, I
33 degrees.
See, this heat for kiss more bikini. I know they joke.
Now why you know they wear shirts?
I didn't
You think I want-
understand. When I came on the call, I was like, why are people bare shirts that? I was like, yes,
Yo, me, I
someone
did not
Google me.
expect.
Yes,
I
someone
did not
Google me
expect.
to understand what's happening.
Let me
Yeah.
stop streaming first.
I don't even know whether I can hear the breeze from the fan safe.
I can hear it like bad. Don't worry. It's blowing.
What's my head? Can I just stop streaming? We streamed for like 2 hours or so.
Okay.
Yeah.